Looking ahead at what we got going on next week, I think there's a little bit of good and a fair amount of trouble. First up, House Bill 105, which dictates that "In God We Trust" will be displayed in every classroom in every public school in the state. It can be sponsored by any entity. So we could have "In God We Trust" brought to you by the Ku Klux Klan, or "In God We Trust" brought to you by the American Nazi Party. I got a problem with that. I do like to keep some separation between church and state, and I also think that they need to tighten it up if they think that this is something that is so important. On the second reading calendar, which we will be hearing on Tuesday, is the Strategic Grant Initiative. The Strategic Grant Initiative is some money that is set aside by the legislature to provide for ability to tie in a state-level transportation project to a local road. Think about the proposed third bridge from the Jerome side of the canyon to the Twin Falls side of the canyon. You're going to need some infrastructure on either side to tie it in to the local municipalities. That's what the Strategic Grant Initiatives does. Good idea, should pass pretty easily. Still expect to hear the library bill, which everyone knows how I feel about that. Big thumbs down. In the Senate this week, there are a couple of things that are giving me a little bit of heartburn. First up is Senate Bill 1030, which requires local municipalities to enforce federal immigration law. The sponsor of the bill specifically said that we can exempt local municipalities from enforcing federal firearms laws that they may have problem with. But here we are telling them that they must enforce federal immigration law. It all seems to be a bit hypocritical, if you will. And then finally, SJR 101. This is yet another attempt to take away the citizens' ballot referendum or ballot initiative process. It has already been found unconstitutional by the Idaho State Supreme Court once. We'll end up back in court, and we will spend more of your hard-earned taxpayer dollars trying to take away your right to make us do things that we are not listening to. Stay tuned. If you got any questions, reach out.